This is Brian with the Snow and Ice Management Association. I'm here at the 13th Annual Snow and Ice Symposium, and I'm sitting next to Dean Outhouse, a certified snow professional from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Dean, welcome. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for inviting us.
Yeah, no problem. So, give me a little history about your company. I know that you and your wife manage the company. Tell me more about it.
Well, everyone asks how we got the name. The logo's an outhouse, and we, like everyone says, you make lemonade with lemons, and everyone remembers the last name. So, like any marketing, we try to take something and make it so people remember the name, remember the logo, and that's helped us out greatly.
Good. And how long have you been in business?
We've been in business for about 12 years. Been with SIMA for up to 5.
Oh, you've been in 12 years. I didn't realize you've been doing it that long. And that's a part-time thing for you, correct?
We're a snow-only company.
Right, okay. And your wife's the owner?
Yes,
right?
she is. The boss.
The boss.
As is most relationships.
Makes it easier, right?
Yeah.
What are the challenges of working with your wife? Is it hard?
No, she's actually, she's great. She actually brings in the reins every now and then, because like I'm sure like anyone else, they get to these shows and they see all the products, and these shows are great because there's so much new stuff that we get back and she just like, whoa, you know.
I could see the dinner table kind of like, but Jesse,
it's
this
gonna
piece
work.
of equipment is
work.
awesome.
And that's how it was with the, we got into the liquids this year, because I've been researching it for about 3 years now. Started in Buffalo, saw the market, saw that niche that we could do, because we don't have anyone in our area that's really involved with the liquids besides Piscataqua, who those guys are great and we work with them.
Right.
But the hardest thing I see for anyone getting into liquids is that initial investment.
Yeah.
The storage tanks, the equipment, even going. It's not like salt. There's so much more you have to be aware of: temperature, application rates, a lot more involved. And she saw the price tag, and she didn't see it spreading out over 2-3 years in that initial marketing boom that we were going to get with it. She just saw the figure, and she was trying to pull those reins, and I think I snapped them and just went with it.
Well, you know, liquids and that investment is interesting because, you know, I think people start out and they think, I mean, you want to keep it simple, but I think, you know, initially people think, they look at a liquids rig and I could build that. You know, I'll get some PVC pipe, I'll punch a few holes in it, and I'm done. But I think you got to be a little more strategic than that. What did you learn in that process?
Well, I learned that you first got to do the research for your area, determine what liquid product is going to work for you. It's almost like you got to work backwards. When you're using the salt, you find the salter that you want, and then you get the salt, and it's not going to really matter.
Right.
With liquids, this equipment has to be set up to that liquid, or you're going to be pulling your hair out when it's 3 a.m. and it's 20 degrees, because that fertilizer equipment's not going to work for your thick molasses type product that you're using.
Sure.
And I think that's where everyone just throws up their hands and quits and throws it away and says it's junk, which it's not.
Right.
You got to design it backwards, and that's one thing that we learned.
Because every liquid has a different viscosity.
Every liquid's going to have a different nozzle. Every liquid's going to, you know, it's just, it's not, you can't have one piece of equipment that's going to work for all liquids.
Right. Now with your move to the liquids, you've sort of positioned yourself, it seems like, in your market to be sort of the more environmentally conscious snow and ice control service in the area. You know, what was it going into liquids? When you say you saw that no one else in your market were doing liquids, is that what you immediately saw was this is an environmental positioning that we can do?
We looked at several different things. We saw that no one else was really into liquids. I mean, there's some companies that do a little bit of it, but we saw that need. We also, in the process of going to the symposiums, we found an EPA-approved magnesium-based liquid.
Sure.
And in our area, the Seacoast area, it is green, go green, do green, you know, green this, green that. And so we signed on with that liquid, and then we did a little publication to the newspapers and whatnot. And that following day, it was like that blinker on that answer machine, just, you know, you have 12 new messages. And it just kept going off, and then I'm like, wow.
Holy cow. This was before you'd even really...
This was before we even got the equipment.
Oh,
you know,
man.
we had the product. Now
is this when Jesse's like, I hate you?
Yeah. Just getting on the interview things. She hates being on camera. But when we saw that demand, I'm like, this is going to really, really take our company as far as, 1, environmental, 2, liquids, 3, marketing. And that's just, I mean, we did phenomenal last year.
It helped differentiate you. took you out of the mix, right? Pulled you out of the crowd.
Exactly.
Now, with that, there are probably some trade-offs or challenges. Obviously, one is managing the new interest,
Yeah.
which I think is a problem everybody likes to have, but is it a challenge to manage the new PR and all that? I mean, long-term, in your qualification process, for example, now is there more demand for your service than you guys have capacity for?
There's a more demand, and I've had a little hard time with it, but we got great guys working for us. One who's been with us since we've been in business, John Utes, and I pushing more onto him, more that was on my plate, and
Sure.
that's been a little bit difficult.
Like the sales stuff, or?
No, just the overall operations. You
Okay.
know, if I'm working here, I don't have to worry about it because I know John is the same person that I am. He is going to take the same care, and he will actually not yell at the guys. He will actually walk through the guys and say, "Hey, listen, you can't do this."
Right.
So he's the same type personality, and he's actually helped us out because he's been there for us when we really needed him, and that's taken a lot of pressure off. But for me, giving that pressure away has been a little difficult as we grow.
Right, letting go, right?
Letting go
It's your
is the big-
baby.
yeah.
You want to hold on to it.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's tough for everybody. With your customers, what type of customers are you really, with that niche you found? What type of customers are you servicing?
We're focusing on the smaller commercial, the banks, the Rite Aids.
Okay.
In our area, we do a couple of veterinarian clinics because our market is the national services are coming onto our market. They're taking
Sure.
away the Lowe's. They're taking away those larger accounts that some of the companies in our area used to have, but they've unfortunately driven down the cost where we've all stepped away. And
Right. So you don't work for national companies?
We
at all?
do on
Okay.
the smaller things,
When you say the smaller things,
the
is that-
banks, you know.
And is your strategy sort of, will work for the national company if it fits in our routing? I mean, are you looking at
We
your
look
primary
at,
accounts first?
one would be routing, but two, we really look through those contracts. So we look if this contract's going to work for us. Are we going to meet that profit margin that we demand on a client's property?
Right.
And if it doesn't, and if they're not willing to work with us, renegotiate, look at that contract, take this piece out, take that piece out, then we're just going to walk away.
So you do get them to negotiate?
Yes.
I think a lot of people, and I think they don't feel that they can get that leverage, but I think you've positioned yourself, it seems like, to be able to do that because of the expertise you bring, right? In your area, you're probably one of the more advanced, it sounds like, companies.
Yeah. I think some guys will take that and they get so excited to get those 6, 7 accounts.
Yeah.
That they're going to forego something else. But if they learn that, if everyone really looks at that contract and starts taking away those pieces, that they're going to finally realize, hey, everyone's, we really got to look at this and start working with these guys, or else we're going to have all these accounts and no one to service them.
Right.
So I think that's really something we got to start driving home in order to be a more quality service oriented. Is that we really got to look at those contracts. Look at what's reasonable, and if it's
Right.
going to work for the company, your company. If it's
Right.
not,
Say
walk
no.
away.
It's hard sometimes.
Unless they're willing to work with you, and if we all start pushing them to work with us,
Yeah.
it's going to be the same old, same old.
That's well said. Now, I want to shift back just for a brief minute. You had some issues in New Hampshire last year where was it the state government who tried to pass a certification or a...
Certification for all snow removal companies and their salt operator or drivers.
Okay.
It was one of those, I feel, and sometimes I'm a little more outspoken, but a knee-jerk reaction to resolve an issue that everyone else was pushing down. They just wanted to sign it. Here you go. Here's your pay your fine fee. I call it $100 fee fine a year. And hey, you're certified. You can apply to salt now. And then,
But there wasn't really a process behind it.
no, there wasn't until some of us got involved, and actually the New Hampshire DES have contacted me. I've actually spoken at a seminar with them, and gets back to Simon, educating them on how it should be.
Yeah.
This can work, but let's bring it in a little
Right.
and do it proper so it works for the environment, the company, and the attorneys.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, Dean, thank you so much. It's been great.
No problem. Anytime.
Appreciate it.
Anytime.